Mr. Greenway, would you please read us out of closed?
I do not have the sheet. Yes, ma'am. All right. Thank you. I move that Roanoke County School Board come out of closed session for the following: to discuss the investigation of a student matter pursuant to the Scholastic Record Exemption 2.2-3711A2 of the Code of Virginia, to discuss personnel matters under investigation pursuant to the personnel exemption at 2.2-3711A1 of the Code of Virginia, and to discuss or consider the acquisition of real property for a public purpose or of the disposition of publicly held real property, where discussion in an open meeting would adversely affect the bargaining position for negotiating strategy of the school board pursuant to the real property exemption 2.2-3711A3 of the Code of Virginia, and to certify to the best of each member's knowledge only public business matters lawfully exempted from open meeting requirements under this chapter, and only such public business matters as were identified in the motion by which the closed meeting was convened, were heard, discussed, or considered in the meeting by the school board.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Item 2.03, action from closed.
Yes, Madam Chair, I move to allow student number RE 2025-2026-17 to be released from compulsory attendance pursuant to 22.1-254-B1 of the Code of Virginia as amended.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Chairman, I motion that student number EX 2025-2026 number 3 be expelled from Roanoke County Public Schools.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Welcome, everyone. Will you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item 4.01, announcement of changes in the agenda. We do not have any. Item 4.02, approval of agenda. Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Item 5.01, William Byrd High School Community Impact Award for Camden Thepsimong, and we've got Mr. Evan Knoll to present.
Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board, Dr. Nicely, Dr. Soltis. It is my honor to introduce you to one of our students this evening. Cam Thepsimong began his time as a Roanoke County student as a first grader at Bonsack Elementary. He continued through William Byrd Middle School and is currently a senior at William Byrd High School. To say Cam is a proud Terrier would be an understatement. He's a member of our football team, our tennis team, and a member of our pickleball club, even though his brother Liam, who is an 8th grader at the middle school, does claim, Cam, that he could take you on the pickleball court. Cam has also demonstrated high academic performance throughout his time at William Byrd High School and is slated to graduate with an advanced studies diploma. During the summer of 2024, Cam was diagnosed with osteosarcoma, a cancerous tumor in his bone. Since his diagnosis, Cam has touched the lives of many through his positive attitude, his energy, his humor, and most importantly to he and his family, his faith. He and his mother, Charlene, who is with us tonight, have openly shared details of his battle with others through their Cam's Purpose Facebook page, which currently has over 4,000 followers nationwide. Within the Roanoke Valley, countless businesses, churches, organizations have also demonstrated support for Cam's Purpose and there is a reason for that. There is no question he is continuing to make a positive impact on people and communities across our state, as well as nationwide. Throughout recent weeks, the impact of Cam continues to have, that Cam continues to have on our community has truly been highlighted, not only in the William Byrd community, but across all of Roanoke County Public Schools. We were able to host a Cam's Purpose game against Cave Spring High School in week 1 of the high school football season this year. We cannot thank Haley Deeds, her staff, and your fans for supporting us in that effort. It was my son's first William Byrd High School football game, and he did not have a yellow shirt in preparation. My wife took my son Jack to the store, and he chose a Pikachu outfit because he had heard me say that Cam loves Pokemon. The following week, we played host to Hidden Valley High School. Unbeknownst to us, Hidden Valley seniors had approached Mr. Josh Whitlow that week, requesting to change their student section theme to Yellow Out for Cam. Hidden Valley staff members joined in by wearing yellow to their jobs that Friday. Thank you to the Hidden Valley community. This afternoon, I've spoken with Northside High School, who plans to demonstrate support for Cam during our away game on October 10th. Thank you to Jill Green and her staff for their support. When Cam and I were planning our Cam's Purpose game, I asked him what he would like the game to entail. This is in the summer months. Cam's response to me was, "I just want to be with my boys." He then stated, "Is all this for me, Mr. Knoll?" And I said, "Yes, Cam. Yes, it is." And his response could not embody a 17-year-old anymore. One word: cool. That simple statement is a testament to Cam's humility, his strength, and his character. It is clear why so many members of our community have been supporting you and your family without being asked to do so. This past week, we had the pleasure of highlighting our holiday spirit a little bit earlier on the William Byrd campus. Terrier Nation was decked out in holiday attire as Cam rode through campus with his mother to take it all in. Officer Johnny Runyon had the blue lights fired off, and he got to see all of Terrier Nation lining the entire parking lot, supporting him in this effort. Additionally, the community has sent Christmas cards to Cam to celebrate his favorite holiday. Cam, I want you to know personally, 2 of those cards came from my personal children. Thank you for helping me spread your message of faith, man. Thank you. It is said that faith, hope, and love are the best things we have. Cam, you continue to demonstrate incredible faith and hope in this battle, and we know you will continue to do so. I hope that you and your amazing family has felt the love of our community as well as all of Roanoke County Public Schools. We may never know the true number of people that Cam has inspired, given hope to, helped rekindle their faith, or become friends with who are on similar journeys. On behalf of William Byrd High School, it's our honor, Cam, to present you with the Community Impact Award. Thank you.
I just want to say just how amazing it is to be here and how just blessed I feel just to be able to be, even walking right now, have the energy to come out here and just say thank you guys for just hearing what Mr. Noah had to say. And just, it was awesome just hearing how much of an impact that just one, person can make in the life of many others. And I just want to keep on continuing to do as much and just show how God is working through me and just how much faith I have in him and what he's going to do. So just thank you guys so much for recognizing me.
everybody leaves, I'm not as eloquent as Mr. Knoll. That was a great, can improve on that, but I was out of town last week, but I did my lights before I left and put those, I don't know where, but everybody said share them, so I did that. But you've been an inspiration to our community. So, as Mr. Knoll said so eloquently, we're so proud of you, and we're fighting with you and for you. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Item 5.02, recognition of Governor's World Language Academy attendees, Dr. Paula Newbill, Miss Laurie Ward, and Miss Brittany Martin.
Good evening, Madam Chair, school board members, Dr. Nicely, and the Roanoke County Schools community. Since 1987, the VDOE has sponsored the Governor's World Language Academies. These are summer residential programs for Virginia's most motivated and talented world language students. As of 2024, more than 10,600 students had completed one of the programs. The 2025 Governor's World Language Academies included full immersion academies in French, German, and Spanish, a partial immersion Japanese academy, and a Latin academy. Roanoke County consistently sends students in various languages. We are here tonight to congratulate one of our students from William Byrd High School who attended the Spanish Academy this past summer. Brittany Martin, his Spanish teacher who nominated him, will say a few words about Braden Booth.
This is going to be a little bit unconventional because Braden is a band student and he got stuck at band practice. So we got him on FaceTime, y'all. All right. All right. So as Paula said, I'm a Spanish teacher at William Byrd, and that has had the opportunity to not only teach one, but two incredibly amazing seniors here tonight. First, Cam, whose smile has never not lit up an entire room, and whose positivity is truly contagious. It's also my privilege to recognize Braden Booth for his remarkable achievement of being accepted into and successfully completing the highly selective Virginia Governor's World Language Academy for Spanish this past summer. This 3-week full immersion program required students to give up their cell phones, which is something amazing in these times, and commit to only speaking Spanish while engaging in intensive academic, cultural, and community building experiences. Braden not only thrived in this challenging environment, but also demonstrated the very qualities that aligned with Roanoke County's Seed Change framework and its commitment to deeper learning. Through this experience, he strengthened his communication skills by engaging exclusively in Spanish, broadened his sense of community by collaborating with peers from across Virginia, practiced critical thinking skills through problem solving in a second language, and showcased his creativity by contributing musically during cultural events. Most importantly, his complete immersion in the Spanish language and culture deepened his sense of global citizenship, an essential skill in the interconnected world of the 21st century. Braden's accomplishment is a shining example of how world language education fosters the 5 C's of the framework and deeper learning outcomes that prepare our students to be opportunity ready, innovative, and engaged citizens. His success underscores the vital importance of supporting world language students and programs across Roanoke County schools as we continue to prepare students for the demands of a globally engaged and diverse society. So here's Braden. And would you like to say something?
Yeah, I could, for sure.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. This poor kid.
So would
Am
you?
I good?
Yeah, just tell us about a little bit about your experience.
Okay. So, board, thank you for allowing me to be here tonight. I'm sorry that I can't be in person because of band, whatever. I'm a very busy person. I apologize for that, but honestly, I'd say the World Language Academy was probably the best experience of my life. It was incredible to be able to go experience Washington and Lee as a college and meet so many people from across the state. I've met some of my best friends there, actually. I developed communication skills, as Miss Martin has said, tenfold of what I had in the past. And honestly, I just say that the Academy was such a beautiful, incredible, life-changing experience that has really prepared me for my future. So I really have to give thanks to Miss Martin and Roanoke County for providing me with that platform to grow as a person and get accepted in the Academy. So thank you, guys.
Thank you. Okay. Here, we'll do
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he just came down, but that's okay. We'll do a real quick one.
You could do a
She said she hung
Snapchat
up-
selfie with him.
She hung up on him, she said. Yeah.
Hey, well, tell him to send me a photo and I'll Photoshop it.
There you go.
Item 5.03, School Spotlight, Fort Lewis Elementary, Miss Kim Smith.
Good evening, Madam Chair and members of the board and everyone here tonight. Crystal Bondra, my assistant principal, and I are honored to be here to tell you about Fort Lewis Elementary School. Oh, clicker. Okay. Established in 1889, the original Fort Lewis was located on Main Street, just east of the current location. Fort Lewis will celebrate another 100th anniversary soon. The current structure was erected in 1928. The building's been added on to through the years. Thanks to all of you, we have a ceiling in the library. That has been such a game changer. Students can learn without echoes of activity in the hallways and our lovely but very creaky floors. In addition to giving our music teacher, who's shared between schools, her own space for teaching, and now we have an innovation station. So thank you very much for all of that.
Last year, we updated our logo with the new Lou created by Sarah Cubberly using AI.
So our student population of about 250 students is fairly spread out, reaching both north and south of Salem. She had no idea until I took her for a little road trip. Our staff is really part of what makes us special. 17 of whom are parents of current Fort Lewis students. 18 if you count our school secretary, Mrs. Dixon, whose daughter teaches kindergarten. We're vested in our mission and building relationships in our community along with the PTA, which is actively involved in supporting many of our special events and provides important resources for our school.
Our strengths are built on the relationships that start with each child being greeted with upbeat, positive music and our staff who strive to make contact with each child on arrival, addressing them by name. We also rotate through morning greetings in different languages, including those that are spoken by some of our students.
And although he's not looking, if you go back, somebody's son was in one of those photos. So.
Oh, I see that.
Yes.
That's what he's best at.
Occasionally, our mascot, Louie the Lion, appears at arrival, dismissal, and special school events, such as our upcoming Fall Festival and Deeper Learning Showcase. Louie made his first appearance in 2020 When we opened back up for in-person learning, we wanted to encourage and welcome our students back in a fun way.
This is a wonderful new addition. Eliza Tuttle, our art teacher, completed this beautiful mural in the courtyard, helping to make our learning environment more welcoming and child-centered.
So Lion Pride is at the heart of everything we do. In order to foster the best possible learning environment, as we do with classroom instruction, school-wide expectations are explicitly taught, modeled and reinforced in a variety of ways, and many opportunities are given for the students to generalize, practice, and apply these skills.
In addition to Lion Pride shoutouts, we celebrate Lions of the Week who wear a medal to serve as role models for their classmates. We also have student Lion leaders in grades 3 through 5 who go through an application, recommendation, and election process.
I wanted to be a Lion leader because I think it would be fun and challenging. I also wanted to be a great leader.
I want to be a Lion leader so I could help out this amazing school so it can be a better place and come up with some fun ideas.
At Fort Lewis, we are dedicated to educating the whole child with engaging and purposeful learning experiences in and out of the classroom.
Emphasis is put on sharing or learning from mistakes to help foster a growth mindset while provided differentiated instruction so all students can experience success. I'm determined to do what it takes. I even learn from my mistakes is from our Lion Pride Pledge.
By building on our students' interest and equipping them with the skills they need, we are helping them become lifelong learners who are opportunity ready.
So this photo is of our very first Everybody Has a Buddy event where the students met each other for the first time. That was in 2018. We've been doing this since. Older grades are paired with younger grades across the building, and buddy teachers. There are buddy teachers as well as buddy students. They collaborate in project-based activities while developing C skills and Lion Pride skills such as respect, innovation, determination, and empathy. We're helping to build positive mentoring relationships in and out of the school community, and our ultimate goal is that these relationships will help foster a positive culture and relationships as they continue through middle and high school. And that's just cute.
I like working with my buddy because I can help him learn new things. And then in the mornings, I help him get unpacked and help him learn with different types of things.
That student had a buddy with special needs, and it was amazing how much he took initiative to layer in additional experiences to support that student. So a true strength of our school is our commitment to collaboration. Both on grade level and across grade levels, teachers align instructional practices and strategies in each content area. They present mini professional development sessions. They train each other as they explore and identify best practices. This ongoing professional dialogue occurs beyond our scheduled planning meetings. It happens all day, every day. It's really, really impressive to see this happen. They raise the bar instructionally for each other.
Just like the students, it is important we foster a positive collegial climate for the staff. Staff identify their why using a keyword that we each wear on our badge for reflection. This is such an important part of our school culture.
Mine is impact.
Mine is supportive.
And this will shock you. Ken came and his was purposeful. I don't know if you remember that, but I did.
These are some photos from some experiences that we have at the school, such as Colonial Day, a skate party, the buddy program, a foam party, fun run, monthly dance parties. We strive to make school and learning fun and engaging while building relationships within the school community.
So how many times do parents report hearing fine and nothing when they ask their child about their day? What'd you learn? Nothing. Well, student led conferences will help change that as we teach students to report and reflect on their own learning, we're hoping. Another reflection of our efforts is in our SOL data. So these graphs come from the current state school profile for Fort Lewis. It includes the last 3 years. Fort Lewis is represented in gray. The blue bar is our district achievement and the red is state achievement. Our goal is to challenge and equip students to achieve above district averages and state averages. Although we haven't heard if our status is distinguished or on track in the new reporting system, we were very pleased with their performance. If you look at science for the current or last school year, we achieved 98%, and Ben Williams told us that that ranked 3rd in the state. So you see Mr. Sean Duff, high five and Louie. He is our 5th grade science teacher as well as math teacher, and his classroom was the most proficient classroom in the March Madness, leading our school to be the most proficient school. So we are small but mighty. And if you recall, we also earned the Virginia School Board's highest achievement exemplar award last year.
Well, I just feel safe and loved here. It's my favorite school I've had.
He did add "yeah." I did edit that "yeah." All right. So we just have some photos. We're almost at the end. We cut a lot of really cute videos. I almost did a blooper reel for you. And this is our Lion Pride Pledge.
Ready to go. I'm respectful to all I know. Innovative, I can be when a problem faces me. I'm determined to do what it takes, and even learn from my mistakes. I'm empathetic, caring, and kind. I can't hide my lion pride.
So cute. Just precious. And it's nice when you can teach your students what empathy is and they can tell you. And it's really interesting to talk to the students and learn what they think is most important in Lion Pride. So that's what we have for you about Fort Lewis. It's just a snapshot. Feel free to come by anytime. Somebody comes very often.
Every day.
Given his recent announcement, I would like to thank Dr. Nicely for his leadership and very clear vision for our schools. We're grateful for his support and for the student-centered framework and culture he's fostered in our district. Thank you.
Madam Chair, if you don't mind, I'll say a couple words. Ms. Smith, don't run out just yet. I haven't had a chance to embarrass you. I'm just kidding. So I've been around Fort Lewis Elementary, I think since about 2010 when I was SRO over at Glenver, and both of my young kids have went through there, and just the amount of love that the staff show to the children and just the feeling of the school when you walk in the door, you can tell that everybody just feels loved and safe, like that one child spoke about. I've never been shy about speaking of my young son and the struggles that he has. He's physically disabled and has a disease that's terrible. But we've had a lot of problems over the last few years, being able to get him to school and things like that. And your staff have just been completely amazing with supporting him in and out of school. I can't say enough for what you've done there over the past, how many years now have you been principal? 8th year. Wow, time is really flying. I do stop by there every morning, and I always talk about how when I stop by in the mornings and see the little kids, they really just make my day. But you guys make my day as well. It really sets my day off right just to walk around and see all those little smiling kids and the wonderful staff. And I could name them all out, but I won't do it. But they're just absolutely amazing. Everybody is so unique there. Those creaky wood floors and those dance parties and everything that you do. Thank you.
Thank you. Item 6.01, report by Student Advisory Council Representative, Mr. Bear Tyree.
Good evening, Madam Chair, Dr. Nicely, Dr. Soltis, and members of the board. Thank you for the opportunity to share information from our recent Student Advisory Council meeting held on September 10th. The Council welcomed Ms. Nancy Hands, who presented on the Wait Until Grade 8 campaign and related community events on the dangers of early smartphone use. Scheduled events include September 17th at William Byrd High School at 6 p.m., October 13th at Northside High School at 6 p.m., November 18th at Cave Spring High School at 6 p.m., and additional sessions will occur at Glenver Middle and Hidden Valley Middle School later this semester. Ms. Hands also introduced the Screenagers Initiative, which focuses on screen time impact on adolescent sleep and mental health. Students participated in an interactive survey and discussion reflecting on their own habits and those of our peers. After Ms. Hands' presentation, each school shared updates on current service and leadership projects. This included working to support initiatives recommended by the Special Education Advisory Committee for Disabled Awareness Month in October. SAC members will work with school staff to highlight disability awareness by coordinating displays, creating morning announcements, and other school-wide initiatives. The Council is also developing a social media handbook for high school and middle school administrators. This resource will be hopefully educate staff on platform functions and support investigations around school safety. Finally, we will have our annual retreat at the Treetop Quests scheduled for Friday, October 3rd. Thank you for your continued support of the student leadership in our district. Thank you.
Thank you. I've heard Mr. Tyree speak before, and I had no doubt that he was going to do a wonderful job this evening. Item 7.01, hearing of citizens for agenda topics. We do not have any. Agenda item 8, consent agenda. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Madam Clerk?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Item 9, action. We do not have any action items. Item 10, we do not have any information items. Item 11, hearing of citizens for non-agenda topics. Our first speaker is going to be Dottie Dorlini. I'm going to have you go ahead and make your way to the podium. During this portion of the meeting, citizens are invited to address the board on matters of public concern and exercise of their First Amendment rights. In the interest of time, speakers must be either parents, employees, students, or citizens of Roanoke County. We ask speakers to be respectful and civil in their comments, observing due respect of the dignity and privacy of others who may be affected by public comments. Speakers should be aware that they may be held legally responsible if they make statements that violate the legal rights of others. For example, if statements are made that are defamatory or threatening. Complaints about specific school personnel should be addressed outside of this meeting to the appropriate school administration, who will address those concerns as appropriate through existing complaint procedures. Comments likely to disrupt the board's work or prompt a breach of the peace are prohibited, and the speaker will be called out of order by the board chair. Speakers must address the board chair rather than individual board members. Speakers have 3 minutes to make their comments and will be signaled by the lights on the podium. When the light turns yellow, please wrap up your comments and finish before the light turns red. Please be aware that board members listen to comments but do not respond. Thank you.
Good evening, Madam Chair and school board members. Thank you for your time tonight to listen to my and many others' concerns. My name is Dottie Dorlini, and I'm a current 12th grade student attending Hidden Valley High School and the Center for Visual Arts at Burton. The new RCCTC building was synthesized without a thought to include the arts programs, both visual and performing. I'm very grateful to my teachers and Burton principal for making an effort to continue this program, but the movement of the program to Northside High School is still unacceptable. Statistically, students in the arts suffer from a higher rate of bullying simply for cultivating their passion and skills, and the result of this bullying is often a feeling of isolation in those individuals. What the school board is choosing to do by directly removing and isolating the students in the accelerated arts is bullying at its core. How do you intend on replicating the collaborative experience of Burton for this isolated art program? Countless times, other programs have come to our classroom to ask for either our materials or services, and I myself have asked students of other programs for collaboration. Additionally, the counselors and staff members of Burton are simply one of a kind and exceptional at all that they do. For example, I'd like to mention Mrs. Puffco, who is in charge of the job and college search process for us students, And I would like to know, how are the resources of RCCTC going to be extended to the arts students, or is that being discontinued as well? I understand the decision has been rooted in the need for the new building to be for certain technical and certifiable programs. But was there any effort to make our arts more technical or certifiable? In an academic research paper, which I will gladly forward to each of you board members after this, it has been scientifically proven that students participating in art develop more skills that cannot be directly taught, like work ethics, creativity, and critical thinking skills, than those that do not, which are actually seen as more employable than skills one can simply be instructed to learn, like literacy and numeracy. And the RCCTC building is, in fact, the RCCTC building is made to cultivate those career and ventures that, students that maybe are not going to college for. Factually, in an arts integrated environment, students develop higher GPAs and higher willingness to seek higher education. But that simply doesn't matter because you can't certify that, correct? Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is John Dorlini.
That was my daughter. Will I wait for the green light? Okay. Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board, Dr. Nicely, and neighbors. My name is John Dorlini. I'm a parent of 4 students in the Hidden Valley District. I'm a local business owner in the county, a certified interior designer with a bachelor degree in art and minor in art history. I'm a licensed architect with a master's degree in architecture, a licensed general contractor, an entrepreneur, and in my free time, I'm a visiting faculty member at Virginia Tech's interior design program, ranked top 5 in the nation. But before all that, I too was an art kid in high school. And back then I was considered the best artist in my school. And yet every spring when I walk these halls, I'm very humbled because all the art that I see is better than anything I produced at their age. Last year, my design firm became the first in Virginia to win 50 Design Excellence Awards. We're very proud of that. This year, we're the first design business in Virginia chosen for a state-sponsored export plan, and tomorrow morning at 6 a.m., as part of that plan, I'm board a plane for Mexico City, not just in pursuit of work opportunities, but to immerse myself in its thriving art scene. Artists are flocking there to produce bold ideas at low cost, and I need to be inspired by human-made creativity. 2 years ago, this board decided to take the A out of BCAT to separate the arts from the technical programs in the new $80 million CTE building, but since then, the world has already changed. In my profession, artificial intelligence is squeezing the breath out of human spirit. We're told AI will one day take everyone's job, but the one thing AI cannot replicate is the unique human spark, the vision that comes from the arts. Proverbs tells us where there is no vision, the people perish. Art does not happen in a vacuum or in a corner in a different building. Collaboration, one of the most important skills of your Sea Change framework, must be its lifeblood. When art blends with engineering, marketing, construction, every profession gets better. It's synergistic. Think of the iPhone. Engineers built the hardware and software, but art kids shaped the logo, the stores, the packaging, the unboxing experience, the feel in your hand, and the emotions in the ads. Art focuses on the human being and not just the human doing. By isolating fine arts from technical education, we risk signaling to these students, my daughter among them, that their contributions are an afterthought. That would be a mistake recorded on the wrong side of history, especially as society grapples with AI's rise and we eventually lose the war against machines. That's another story. Please reconsider the arts integrated at the heart of the CTE, where collaboration can flourish and where the next great inventor, designer, or entrepreneur can learn that art belongs at the center of innovation and not at another building where you found some unused square footage. Thank you, and adios, mis amigos. Tomorrow at this time, I'll be in Mexico inspired by artists, and I hope our students here can find an inspirational space where they are, here in Roanoke. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Oliver Hardy.
Good evening. My name is Oliver Hardy. I am a second-year visual arts student. The visual arts program has played such a significant role in my life and all of my classmates' lives, who I never would have met if it weren't for this program. I just wanted to bring attention to the fact that next year's CVA 1 students will take this class online, which is nowhere near the same experience as being in the classroom with all of our incredible CVA teachers. There's truly nothing else like this program for students interested in art, and it breaks my heart to see amazing opportunities being taken away from future students. And that is all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Our next speaker is Abigail Hood, excuse me.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the board and Madam Chair. Thank you for taking the time to let other students and I express our thoughts on the pertinent program and the move of the visual arts program. We are grateful for our program. The visual arts program is extremely important to not only me, but to our communities and our school in general. Our future careers also depend on this because I have seen multiple people, including myself, want to go forward in arts for our careers and whatnot. The skills we are learning from this program can incorporate with our jobs at some point. I, in particular, want to be part of art history, and the historical aspects of this program are extremely important to me and what they have taught me. The art skills that I am being taught are also used in marketing, architecture, digital design, and much, much more. I am incredibly grateful for this program and thankful that it has been kept. But in light of this move, I feel the need to express how important art is, not only for the artist or the school, but to the world. The clothes on our backs, the building around us, and the podium I am standing at, and the desk you are sitting at, were all made by artists. The culinary program is a form of art, along with cosmetology. Any blueprint or music or car or bench or building was made by an artist at some capacity. Art is everywhere. I want to see my program flourish and thrive. I want to see my peers flourish and thrive. I want art to continue to thrive, which requires your thoughts and consideration and funding to keep our possibilities endless. Thank you.
Thank you. Our last speaker for the evening is Dr. Ryan White.
Thank you and good evening. So my name is Dr. Ryan White. I am a resident of Windsor Hills. I'm a parent, I'm a physician, I'm an advocate for our community in many realms. I have a couple of things to share tonight, so I'll try to keep them all brief. And first is that September is actually National Suicide Prevention Month. And as many know, Roanoke County did lose a 10-year-old student this year to suicide after relentless bullying. So this is a very important topic that I have not heard nearly enough about this year from our county. It is not a crisis that we can ignore. Too often there is a misconception that by merely speaking about suicide, we're somehow planting ideas into children's minds. The truth, however, backed by evidence and data for many decades at this point, is that talking saves lives. We need to be talking. Now, next Monday, there is a program hosted by the county where Sheila Lithgow from Blue Ridge will be hosting a program at Northside High School about suicide awareness and prevention, and I do encourage everyone that can to attend. It's a wonderful talk if you haven't heard her give it yet. I would go hours about Suicide Awareness Month, but I have other things that are important to talk about as well. First off, thank you to all the students who have gotten up here with some bravery to advocate for their program that they have loved and want to see flourish. I want to echo their voices in asking that the visual arts program remain strong and in place when it transitions from the current Burton Center of Arts and Technology to its new building. Arts and technology together fuel creativity and innovation. We should preserve this connection for the future of Roanoke and our students. Think about some of the things you see every day, from Pixar films to virtual reality to life-saving medical simulations that train our doctors for tomorrow, to the design of smartphones mentioned earlier. The most exciting innovations happen when art and technology meet. You can't meet when you're clear across town. That's why it's important for us to continue to support these programs and keep them together for our students. And finally, I believe that leadership begins by listening, which we can all do a better job doing, myself included. But as I've been out here campaigning for school board in Windsor Hills, I have heard countless conversations with neighbors, teachers, and parents, and what I hear is clear. They want people who are leaders in our school that rise above politics, who work together to solve problems, and who treat every single citizen with dignity. That's the kind of leadership that this county needs. In my final 10 seconds, I'd just like to remind everybody that there is an election this year. Early voting starts tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you. Item 12.01, report by Roanoke County Schools Superintendent, Dr. Ken Nicely.
Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board. I also want to offer my congratulations to our students who are recognized this evening, including Cam and Braden, the folks at Fort Lewis. I want to express my appreciation also to the students who represented the Center for Visual Arts program so well, and appreciate their articulateness and courage to come up here and speak to the board. So that's what we want from our students, is to encourage that kind of civil discourse. I'm very proud of them. Speaking of our students earlier, Cam truly has been an inspiration in the bird community. I see that where I live on my streets, and that's just wonderful to see, really bringing the community together. And also as someone who actually taught at the Governor's Spanish Academy a few years ago, I was counting the years, I think it's 24 years ago. I can say that what Braden did in his experience this past summer was truly special. I want to begin by reminding everyone out in the community of our series of parent and family education meetings about the dangers of social media and smartphones. These important information sessions are led by community partners Emily Harrison and Nancy Hands with the Partnership for Community Wellness, and also supported by our school counseling program. We've had 2 meetings so far, with the second held last evening at William Byrd High School. These sessions are an opportunity for parents and families to equip and empower themselves with the knowledge and resources they need to stand up to those who are out to harm our children. The complete schedule is found on the Roanoke County Public Schools webpage, with the next meeting scheduled for Monday, October 6th at Hidden Valley Middle School. But again, anyone's welcome to attend any of the sessions. You don't have to be a parent in the school where it's being held. We're also working with the presenters to add sessions at as many elementary schools as possible, and all the sessions start at 6 o'clock and last approximately an hour. September is also Suicide Prevention Month, and there's an information session scheduled for Monday, September 22nd, this coming Monday at 6 o'clock at Northside High School. That's also open to parents and families from any school. Work continues to progress on our major construction projects, and we're reaching a milestone at RCCTC with the official topping off ceremony that's planned for next Friday, September 26th at the RCCTC site. This event will also mark the official launch of our $5 million Campaign for Excellence, as we continue to invite business and individual community partners to join us in supporting the programs at the new CTE Center. We also plan to celebrate the completion of the new portions of Cundiff Elementary at a ceremony on October 24th. We appreciate the work of the Roanoke County Public Schools Education Foundation in supporting programs in our schools through the donations of time and money of many business partners, and the foundation's annual golf tournament is just around the corner on Monday, September 29th, and we're looking forward to another great turnout. Anyone wanting to join in the fun and enter a team may still do so on the foundation's website or contact Chuck Lineberger. The end of September also marks a series of tours for high school students of several manufacturing businesses in the Roanoke area. And we appreciate the work that our CTE team does in arranging these tours for our students as they explore employment opportunities right here in the Roanoke Valley. Our 7th graders will also again have the opportunity to learn about business and industry here in our area through the Career Quest program, and that's coming up on October 7th and 8th. And we want to thank all of our area businesses who take time to participate in these events for our students. Finally, at our last work session, we heard the wonderful news that Roanoke County Public Schools remains in the top 10 school districts in Virginia in reading and math performance. I know one of the local headlines read, Roanoke County makes slight improvement in SOL scores, but the real news is that RCPS students improved to number 7 out of 131 districts in reading performance in Virginia and number 6 in math performance in Virginia. Our board knows that we believe in balanced learning opportunities, as we heard from the folks at Fort Lewis this evening, and we never solely focus on standardized test scores, but being number 7 and number 6 in the state is certainly something to celebrate for our students, community, teachers, and staff. Thank you.
Thank you. Item 13.01, reports and inquiries of board members. Mr. Greenway, would you like to go first?
Sure, thank you. I've got several things, so I'll take a few minutes. But the first thing I'd like to say is we've heard some amazing speakers here tonight. Some of our students, SAC representative. It's amazing to see these students. They speak a lot better in public than I do, and it makes you so proud to hear these students speak. And y'all did a wonderful job up here, and Cam and Braden when he was on the cell phone. That it's just y'all are amazing, and it just shows what our staff and Dr. Nicely and everyone has done with our students. First thing I'd like to speak about is Cam again. It's a little emotional when you sit here and talk about Cam and what he's been through and what he means and what's going on in our community. And for those of you who don't know, the community is just unbelievably came out in support of Cam. We've started Christmas a little early this year. Everyone is decorated. If you go through Vinton and you think, well, those people have lost their minds, we've got another 3 months before this happens. I've got lights on our house, got lights at our business, and we were out of town last week, as I said, but just amazing the way this community comes together. Proud to be from Vinton, and Mount Pleasant and Bonsack. We're all kind of rally together, and what a wonderful place to live and work and be a community. Next, Dr. Nicely has given us his retirement date, and we can't thank you enough for what you've meant to Roanoke County and what you've done for Roanoke County teachers, students, bus driver, everyone that touches this school, you've touched, and we're indebted to you. It speaks volumes what you just said. I know it takes a village. It's not but you rally the troops, you lead the troops to be number 6 and number 7 in the state. How phenomenal is that? From little Roanoke County, we're 6th and 7th in the state for reading and math, and pretty amazing if you ask me. That I don't know where we were when we started on the board, but I think it's not by accident. I think you've helped cultivate that and get us to that place. And so we thank you for everything you've done for us. And I've enjoyed being a very small part of the journey to be there with you. Next, real quickly, I won't touch a whole lot on this, but Boys and Girls Club, going to have some discussions over the next week. I've set up some things. Dr. Nyson might ask you to, if you can attend, to try and expand on that. We're doing that at Vinton Baptist. I think we've got 60, 65 students, which is amazing for our community. A lot of hardworking blue-collar families and some single-parent families. I'm sure it's in all communities, but happy to see if we can, and I hope we can expand upon that program. It's to see that actually in action, to see what these kids, they get a little bit of learning, they get a little bit of time with folks that can help them with their education. Whereas if they go home, they're sitting there maybe watching TV or, families trying to figure out ways to care for their children, when they're working and so forth. But Boys and Girls Club's amazing. I'm proud that it's in Vinton, and I hope that we can expand it a little bit to maybe accept more elementary kids, and then also, kind of a vision would be to even have a middle school program. I just think, it means the world to some of these kids. And so if you reach a few, you reach many. Next, and I told you I had a bunch of these, so I'm sorry for taking so long, but cell phone policy. Last night we listened, and thank you, Shelley, for coming, Dr. Nicely, Dr. Soltis, and Nancy Hans and staff did an amazing job presenting. I thought, was a good turnout for it. I wish we could fill the auditorium, and I wish they were standing outside and we had people waiting, around the block to hear the message, because I think, as I've been on this board, I think the cell phones, and not necessarily the cell phones themselves, but the smartphone part of it, we even heard some of that tonight. But last night we hear of the dangers of cell phones, and particularly the smartphones, where it's basically a computer in your hand and a child's hands, and brains aren't fully developed in women a little earlier than men. We found that out.
A few times.
I think somebody was throwing jabs at us on that, but men are later developed, and I'm probably one of those that was later, but it was a really informative. I encourage you. It's on the website. We've got Hidden Valley coming up next, I think.
Northside next.
Is it Northside next, then Hidden Valley?
Hidden Valley.
Okay, so that's what it was. Okay. But anyway, it's going to be throughout our schools, and I encourage you. Last night I said, if you can tell 2 friends, and Miss Hans corrected me and said, if you tell 5 friends and they tell friends, but if you have elementary age children, even middle school, man, go find one of these meetings that we're having. We're doing this purposefully, and we want you to attend. You'll learn something, you'll hear something, and it's not just cell phones are bad. You'll hear things that you didn't know or won't focus on with your child that will be very helpful to you. I guarantee you. It's a lot of statistics. They've got some phones that you can get that don't have the smartphone. I think they even call them dumb phones. But so there's ways that you can get involved with your child to just don't give them the smartphones if you can until they're old enough to handle it, maybe in high school. But with that, last night we had a comment by one of the high school teachers that said our cell phone policy, while it's nice that the kids can't have the cell phones in class, there's still that time period between class, and there's still the lunch period times. And what happens is they get engaged for that 5 or 10 minutes or the lunch period time, and they get charged up because they can't wait till the next break in the periods to hear the cell phones, or to get back on them to figure out what my friend said or what's going on with this situation or so forth. So for me, I would love for us to consider bringing back up to do what Governor Youngkin's asked us to do and do the cell phone ban. I'm not trying to be controversial, but I am trying to say, for me, bringing up that cell phone ban, bell to bell, whatever it is, 8:30 to 3:30, for me, that is important. And if we truly care about learning and not being distracted, that for me is a big deal. And so I hope we revisit that and consider, putting that in place. So there you have, that's that piece. Next, I won't touch on this a whole lot. It's been very controversial, but all I want to say is that Charlie Kirk was an inspiration. I do appreciate his time on this earth for what he's, his message and how he, professed his faith and so forth. But one of the things he said that I thought was very telling, I think he was only 31 years old, and I think he was very profound and very knowledgeable, obviously. But he said education should focus on teaching students how to think, not what to think. And so for me, I thought about that, and I think that is profound. I think that's the truth. I think we need to focus on how to think and the curriculums that we have, but not, we don't need to tell the students what to think. And so I thank him for his time, and hate that, things transpired the way they did. We were out of town, and it was terrible news. Let's see, I think that was it. Outside of that, it's already been mentioned, but tomorrow is early voting, and if you can, certainly get out and make sure you get there at least by election day. But early voting is, pretty important now, and it matters. I think we've got a good school board. I really do. We're focused on the issues, and we try to make learning the main thing. And for me, I'm proud to sit on this board. I'm proud of everybody on this board. Just get out there and vote. No matter who you vote for, just get there and vote. It's good that we have contested races, and so thank you. And I'll be quiet.
Thank you. Mr. Linden.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to comment on the SOL update that Ben Williams had given us back at the September work session. Ben, your in-depth knowledge and report and understanding of the metrics is truly admirable. And to be 6th and 7th in the state, as has already been mentioned, is something that Roanoke County Public Schools needs to be extremely proud of. So I want to also thank all our teachers and the remediation specialists who helped get to that point, because we all know that it requires a great effort on so many levels. It's not just Ben Williams here pulling strings. It's the teachers, and it's those remediation specialists that help get us to that point. So for those that didn't attend last night's event, as has been mentioned, I've really encouraged people to get out to the cell phone social media event. They have a great message, and as my wife would say, social media is very unfortunate in many aspects. So the more we can educate people on the dangers that are out there, and what that has led this society to is worthwhile, and hopefully people can get out and hear those, because it is such a great message. So Dr. Nicely, I want to thank you for your incredible leadership. We know that a good leader surrounds him or herself with strong employees, and you've done an outstanding job at that. It's very admirable how you relate to employees throughout the district, not just here in central office, but all the teachers, the bus drivers, going around to all those different events. You've not demanded respect, but you've earned it throughout your 8 years, and you've earned it by being caring, purposeful, empathetic, thoughtful, deliberate in your approach, and it just truly admirable. So we've clearly had plenty of challenges here while you've been superintendent. I think you've handled them all very professionally and done just a fantastic job. So I'm going to be dearly missed. That's all I have.
Thank you. Ms. Vashani?
Yes, I hope my comments are not as long as Tim's tonight, but you just never know.
Please.
We have a volleyball game to get to. So anyway, in keeping up with my school board professional development, I just wanted to let you know that I attended the VDOE's Internet Safety webinar, thanks to the School Board Member Alliance, as well as an information session regarding the new VDOE framework and the SL score results. Like as said before, I want to congratulate our teachers, our staff, our students, and of course our parents on those results. They're quite remarkable, and we have a lot to celebrate with those scores. I attended what I believe was Greatness in Action at Hidden Valley High School with our very own Teacher of the Year, Dr. Matt Neal, who orchestrated something new. It's called these community wellness topics, and he's integrating some classroom discussions with the SOL. And we had some guest speakers in. I'll just go ahead and give a shout out to Niles Comer from the PCW, Brian Bailey, the Hope Initiative, Nancy Hands, Executive Director of PCW, and Alicia Smith, Envision Health. All these people came together to work with Dr. Matt Neal in order to figure out a way that we can incorporate one of the SOL writing requirements, focusing on a very important topic. And the topic that Matt chose was addressing predatory marketing of THC and vaping products to adolescents. It was a very powerful, moving discussion. I took part in one of them, and to see the community come together regarding these, I would say, predatory marketing to children was quite impressive. And I just want to congratulate Matt for taking this initiative on. He hopes to bring it to the entire county if it's a success, and I think it's something that we could actually go statewide. Dr. Nicely, we are deeply grateful for 33 years. Your letter was fantastic. I got a chuckle over it. There's always a little bit of humor somewhere buried deep in there with the turn reference and the biblical reference. Through your leadership, vision, and commitment to our students, you really have shaped our countless young lives through the years, and your guidance has inspired so many in our community. From your Spanish, the "quien" comment and the little giggles that we have offline, I've really truly enjoyed getting to know you and working with you. We wish you the best in your retirement, and I know that Teresa's going to be happy that she gets to have more of your time, and she deserves it. So your legacy will be left behind, especially with the change framework. So thank you for that. Would also like to thank our partners at PCW and Emily Harrison and Roanoke County Public Schools. I think it's great that we've come together for these 4, I think many more community meetings regarding the cell phones. We've talked about it already tonight. I'm pleased that it has been extended to the elementary schools. I encourage everybody, as Mr. Greenway has mentioned, to attend. They're very informative. Emily and Nancy do an incredible job, and it's important for people to be aware of the predatory aspects of these cell phones and how it gives direct access to your children to the dark side of the world. Thank you to all the students who came out tonight to speak. As Mr. Greenway said, they were fantastic. I want you to know that we can't speak directly to you. I know I've spoken to Mr. Dorlini personally and to your wife, Teresa, countless times about other issues, and you know my door is always open, and we've had a constant stream of communication over many things. So thank you for showing up tonight, Dottie. You did a great job. Cam, gosh, I was in tears earlier. Thank you for your bravery, your courage, and sharing with so many your faith. I want Cam to know that God sees you, God hears you, and God knows your heart. And I will continue to pray for your strength and for healing. Tim mentioned it. I wasn't going to mention it, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. The cowardly assassination of Charlie Kirk, who was a bold Christian who professed his faith. He was a tireless champion for the conservative principles and to many young patriots. As you know, he was a loving father, had 2 small children, a beautiful wife. I think it shook everybody, no matter what side you are politically. I can say it shook everybody. The political assassination carried out by somebody who is steeped in far left ideology that's filled with hate. It wasn't just an attack on a great American. It was an assault on the very ideas of freedom of speech, our faith, and the family values that we all hold dear. As you all may know, Charlie Kirk built Turning Point USA to empower students against brainwashing at universities and some K-12 systems. Thankfully, not here in Roanoke County, thanks to this school board. But Charlie Kirk never used hate speech. He used speech that they hated. They thought they could bury Charlie, but what they didn't know is that they planted a seed. And God is using his death for good versus evil. We need more Charlie Kirks in the world who can encourage debate and conversation, embrace faith, and live life courageously and boldly. Any student at any public school or university can start a Turning Point USA chapter. So in fact, as of today, there have been over 60,000 requests made to TPUSA for a chapter. I just want you to know that I've encouraged my own daughter to make a request, and I hope others will do the same. So tonight, parents and students, I'm speaking to you, encouraging you to go to Turning Point USA website to start a request, and let's all be a little bit more like Charlie. Thank you. May God bless America.
Thank you. Mr. Hudson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Well, it was great to see Cam. That's the first time I've gotten to meet him, and I think that was wonderful that he was able to come out tonight. Kind of brought tears to my eyes. I couldn't help it there for a minute. I can't imagine the struggle that young man's going through, as well as his family, and for him to stand there and share his faith, that was very moving, and I'm going to be praying for him for some time, and I hope that he has a wonderful Christmas. I hope that that he enjoys his time at school. It was really good to see him. I had a couple business things I was going to talk about, but honestly, I think after tonight, I'm just going to keep everything positive and maybe push that to next month. Everybody's kind of stole the thunder. 6th and 7th in the state in reading and math out of 131 districts. That's amazing. It's a testament to our staff. And I'll echo the comments that everyone has made about Dr. Nicely. You've done an excellent job. Getting to know you over the past, 4 years now has been an honor to work beside you. I look forward to the time that you still plan to work. And I know we're going to accomplish even greater things. So thank you for everything that you've done. And like Mr. Linden said, I don't think that I've ever been in any organization where so many people have talked about the respect they have for you and how much they like you. So I need to get some of those secrets from you, okay?
And you ought to hear him sing.
I have not
He
got.
can sing.
Maybe we can
sing.
plan that
Oh,
when
yeah,
your
before.
last day, your last meeting, you sing us a song,
That man
and we can get.
sing.
I
you
believe Mr. Riley back here sings too. So we can get a quartet maybe.
He said-
But no, in all seriousness, thank you, Dr. Nicely, for everything you do on a daily basis. I know you still have quite a bit of time left, and I look forward to all that you'll accomplish for us during that time. That's all I have.
Thank you. I also want to just talk about Cam a little bit. It's been amazing. I know we've all followed this story, and it's been amazing to see what William Byrd has done, but not just the school, the entire community. And then as they spoke about our own communities have been involved in recognizing his situation. And after seeing him here tonight, it's just so obvious why. I mean, he is tremendously brave and positive, and and it's just it's sad, but it's amazing to see what your community has done, and amazing to see this kid here tonight. So I just have a few things to talk about. Ms. Fashani and I did participate in the Random Drug Testing Committee meeting recently. And that has been interesting. We're really just looking at the research at this point and what other school districts have done and what they've put in place. And it's great to hear other members of our community who are part of this committee, who are coming from all different backgrounds, what their thoughts are. And they all had really good questions and brought some things forth that none of us had really considered before. So it's been a good discussion, and we're going to meet again next week, and we'll just continue to evaluate what that would look like. Dr. Nicely and I continue our tradition of visiting our schools together, which has been fun. We do it twice a year, and so we started the fall visits this week. We had the pleasure of going to Clearbrook Elementary and then Cave Spring Elementary, and it's great to see the students and their teachers in the classroom. The kids are super excited to tell us what they're working on. They're all so well poised, and they're great at telling us what they're learning, and it really is fun to see them. So we're going to continue to do that over the next few weeks and get to the rest of the schools. And we do really try to get to every single classroom, and it is fun to see all of them. So I appreciate you going along with me. Also, I've had a chance to get to some faculty meetings. That is something I like to do in addition to the school visits, because you're seeing your staff in a different way, where they're not in the classroom with their students. It gives them an opportunity to speak to me. It gives me an opportunity to see what they are being presented with. At one of the schools at Cave Spring Elementary, I visited Cave Spring Elementary and Green Valley. Cave Spring Elementary, the teachers were learning about Lego spikes and how they're going to incorporate that into the classroom, which was really interesting to see what those look like. So it's cool to see what they're learning about in their meetings, and then to also have the time to talk with staff. And I appreciate their honesty and their candidness, and being willing to come and talk to me about things that are their concerns, and then being able to turn that around and try to do something with that. So that part has been great. As Mr. Greenway mentioned, I did have an opportunity to go to the community conversation last night regarding the dangers of social media. I thought the turnout also was pretty good. I hope that we will see more as we go along. I think that the audience learned a lot of things, and I think that they also asked some really good questions, which was nice. So we'll continue to do those. And as was also mentioned, I do think it's extremely necessary that we're doing this in the elementary school. So I'm glad that we're having that conversation, and we're going to do that. So thank you to everyone who's been putting those presentations on, and I do think they're very meaningful. And then lastly, I also want to just thank Dr. Nicely for your time, your 33 years with us. Thank you for your vision and your leadership and your dedication to our students and our staff and our schools. I think that what Mr. Linden said is perfect. that you have earned everyone's respect. And that much is so obvious when you speak to staff of what all the things they have to say about you and about your leadership. So that is a testament to what you've done here. And it has truly been an honor to work along beside you and be a part of this and get to know you. And you are going to be missed, and we wish you the best. Even though you're not leaving yet, we got a little bit more time. So that's all I have. And as long as there is nothing else, are we good? All right, meeting adjourned.